Hey, I'm Denny Chapman, and welcome to the Gun Show. Today we're featuring the BNT TP9 Pistol and a special live guest. Stick around to find out who it is in just a moment. All right, we told you we had special guests, and here they are. This is Martin Reyna and his dad, Diego. How you doing, guys?
Pretty good. Thank you for having us.
We're very glad to have you guys. Now, those of you who have followed the show and followed Big Daddy Unlimited probably already know who this young man is. Martin is 9 years old, and he is the youngest Big Daddy Unlimited sponsored professional competitor. How does that feel?
Feels very good. I feel very happy.
We're very happy to have you.
Thank you.
Today, you're welcome. Today, as you know, and Diego's dad over there, who is also quite a good firearms competitor as well. And we'll talk more about that in just a moment. But today, we're actually pre-filming this. I'm just going to let the cat out of the bag. We're filming this on the 4th anniversary of Big Daddy Unlimited, and we're so happy to have, yes, we're super excited about the company. Just a fantastic company. So proud to be working for BDU. And Diego called me and said, hey, I think we're going to just come and visit. Would that be okay? And I said, that's more than okay, because we're going to do a lot of fun stuff, and we've sure had a great day. But so let's lay some groundwork. Dad, we're going to throw it to you, Diego. Some groundwork for the folks at home that are watching that may or may not be familiar with Martin. Give us some background on the Reyna family and how you came to be where you are now.
Well, it's been a long and interesting journey. When I was young, around 13 years old, I started my journey as an Olympic shooter in Guatemala, when we originally are from. And I shot a lot of competitions internationally and locally, some World Cups and stuff like that. Then when I was around my mid-20s, I decided to step down from competition and actually, well, you need to take care of life.
Yep.
So yeah, it started like that. Then we decided to come here, that we have the opportunity to live in America. And out of the blue, Martin starts saying that he wants to be a competition shooter. So,
but you didn't start him out shooting, right? You started out in something else?
Yeah, we started in karting because I want him to go in a completely different path than shooting.
So karting, like the racing go-karts, right?
Exactly, yeah. Racing cars, go-karts, and it was fun. He liked it, but he was not in love of the sport.
What made you tell Dad that you wanted to do shooting instead of karting?
I was like, Dad, I want to shoot. I want to shoot. I don't want a cart. I want to shoot.
And what made you want to shoot? Just watching him?
Well, every time that we talk, he told me about when he used to shoot, and I'm like, hey, I want to do that.
So, Dad, you finally gave in, obviously.
Yeah, I gave in because his happiness is really important for me, my wife, and his family overall. Yeah. So when he decided that, and we saw that he was really committed and into it. So we decided, okay, we need to.
I have to speak to that, and knowing you guys like I do, and following Martin on social media, and shooting with you guys on the weekends, which I'm blessed to be able to hang out with you guys. This kid has an amazing work ethic. How do you find it so easy to practice so much? I see you doing dry fire drills at home and transition drills. What makes you want to do that?
Well, one day I want to become world champion, so it makes me very motivated to do dry fire and all that stuff, so I can become way better than I already am.
And how old are you now?
9 years old, and I'm about to turn 10 on November 30th.
Wow, cool. Looking forward to that birthday. So how did you get him from that transition point to finally getting out of the karting into shooting and where he is today? How did you start him, and how did he progress to where he is now?
Well, we started shooting rifle, standing with an optic, and I started first 10 meters, which is around, let's say, 11 yards.
Yep.
And he was destroying the center, then 15 yards, 20 yards, until after 2 months.
How much of this was natural ability, and how much of it was your coaching?
I said that his natural ability was like a 60%.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, okay. And the other 40%...
Must be genetic.
Yeah. And the other 40% was his determination and practice.
Yeah. So obviously he was very lucky to have you as a father who have had that experience as an Olympic style shooter. What is Olympic shooting? What style shooting was that for you?
Olympic shooting is my expertise was in rapid fire shooting.
Okay.
Yeah, you're standing and you are in 26 yards. You have 5 targets, and you have the first strings 8 seconds to shoot the 5 of them, then 6 seconds, and then 4 seconds.
Oh wow.
And you hit to shoot the 10.
That can be sounds very challenging. I've never actually tried that, but it sounds like fast fire bullseye shooting.
Exactly, that's why it is.
So interesting. So I can obviously see how your skill would help him. So now he is USPSA competitor, but also very active and competitive in Steel Challenge as well.
Yeah.
So we've talked about this before, but I would like you to explain to our viewers the difference between Steel Challenge competition and USPSA. Can you explain that?
Yes. So the difference basically, if you want to talk about targets, is Steel Challenge. Well, it's steel targets. USPSA is paper targets. And in Steel Challenge, you just gotta hit it. But in
anywhere on the steel.
Just anywhere. In USPSA, you need to hit it in the middle, so it's an alpha. And if you don't hit it in the middle, it's a Charlie. And over there in the ledges, it's a delta.
You get lower scores if you don't hit, if you're not as accurate, right?
Less points.
And something that I got to do with you guys, and this is really fun too, if you get to do this at home at your local matches, is action steel. I had never done this until you invited me to do this. Diego, explain action steel.
Action steel is really fun and challenging. What we like a lot about action steel is that you can have the feedback of the steel when you're shooting, and you can hear if you shot it or not. And also you need to plan the stage. So it's a little hybrid within USPSA and Steel Challenge. You have the movements and the steel, and it's really fun. Honestly, it's a match that teach you a lot how to be fast, because you don't need exactly to be accurate. You need to hit it, and also you can have the feedback.
Yeah, and
So
movement,
really
and you know, it's running and gunning instead of standing in one place. And I know you like that.
Yeah.
So you told me not too long ago that you liked USPSA a little bit better. Why?
Well, because USPSA is more like in the media, you know. Action Steel is a little bit more, I don't know how to say it, but it's like a little bit more in one club, which is Volusia County Gun and Hunt Club. Really good club. And
Yep,
that's
one of my favorite
range.
clubs also, yeah.
My home range. I always shoot there with my dad. USPSA is more out there. There's more big matches. There's more level 3s, level 2s. And it's just way more challenging, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, so we'll tell our viewers, so we're talking about USPSA, Steel Challenge. You can find them online. You can do a quick search, United States Practical Shooting Association. I think it's uspsa.org maybe. Yes. Steel Challenge, scsa.org as well. And the Volusia County Gun Club that we're talking about is a fantastic gun club down here in Central Florida. It's actually in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. It's not on the beach, but it's in the city limits. It's a fantastic club. If you're ever in Central Florida, you definitely want to check it out. Tell folks where they can find you on social media.
On Facebook and Instagram, you can find me as Champion Shooter 1.
Champion Shooter 1. Diego, you got to be super proud. Now, how are we going to keep this kid from burning out? Because he's doing so good. Do you think there's any fear of that?
No, actually no, because all of this is happening because he asked me for it. It's different. Carding, by example, I kind of put it into it.
Yeah.
So I was a little pushing into it. The shooting is something that he came to me.
Yeah.
And I'm providing within his sponsors and the nice people along the way the resources to succeed.
Yeah.
So I don't see any signs of burning out.
Awesome. One important question I had for you, and I've asked you this in the past, I want our viewers to hear this. How do you balance his education and his shooting activities?
That's the most challenging part of the journey, because we have to move to homeschool to actually have the time to do all the shooting and the matches within
during
the week, traveling and all this stuff. And then my wife, his mom, takes the time to FaceTime him to do the homework every day until actually everything is done, because she's in the Air Force.
Yeah.
She is not with us all the time, because she has another responsibilities. We have another ones. We make it work. But that's the part that is harder, because he needs to spend a lot of time in front of a computer to actually have time to shoot.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
super proud of you guys.
Thank you.
And I'm very happy to be friends with you guys and be able to shoot with you often.
Likewise.
You're looking at the Big Daddy Unlimited shooting team basically
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And we certainly have a lot of fun. So make sure you check out Martin Champion Shooter 1 on Facebook and Instagram. And by the way, there's a lot more to this story. We recently did a webinar jam spotlight with you guys and Valerie. And we had an in-depth discussion about the gun laws and how they were different in your home country of Guatemala versus here. So I would invite everybody to check that out. Just go to excluded.com. That's spelled XCLUDED.com. And obviously, we want you to hit those buttons and subscribe there and check out our entire interview. We went quite a lot longer and we talked about everything.
Yeah,
and it was a
really
great time.
exciting.
So we appreciate you guys joining us today. You guys are going to help me kick off our gun safety segment. So it's very important to talk about gun safety, and it's our proud tradition to include gun safety in each and every episode of the Gun Show. So we're going to take a moment and review the 4 cardinal rules, right, guys?
Right.
All right, so here we go. Rule number 1 is treat all guns as if they're loaded at all times. Very important. Number 2. Never point your gun at anything you're not willing to shoot or destroy. Common sense as well. Number 3 is your trigger finger. That's always going to be your best safety. Keep it away from the trigger until you're ready to fire. And number 4 is your target. There it is. Always be sure of your target, what's around it, beside it, behind it, and beyond that target. The 4 cardinal rules of gun safety, so important, guys. Memorize them so when you go out and enjoy your Second Amendment rights, you're going to be a safe and responsible gun owner. All right, let's talk about this gun. This is the BNT TP9 N as in Nora. It's a semi-automatic version of the famous MP9M, which was the world's lightest 9mm select fire weapon used by law enforcement, military, private security units all around the world. So this is BNT's semi-automatic version of that. If you're not familiar with BNT, it's a Swiss company. BNT, how can I describe this? They're like the Swiss watch company of the firearms industry, and they're actually located in Switzerland as well. They make highly sought after firearms with unequaled quality. Many of their firearms are instant collector's items and they hold their value extremely well. So let's pick this pistol up. Let's talk about some gun safety since we're handling this pistol. We have the magazine goes in the grip much like a regular pistol. So we're using our finger and our eyes. We're checking twice visually and physically. No magazine, empty chamber. See, I'm using my finger. Magazine is out, chamber is empty. Very important. You can never be safe enough, right? So let's look at some of these features. First off, we see an integral sight rail here all along the top of the receiver. We also have an additional accessory rail here, which would be appropriate for a light, a laser, or a combination aiming or illumination device. We have low profile backup sights here as well. Now, what would I put on here? I'd love to shoot red dots. When I compete in Steel Challenge and USPSA, I'm shooting usually the Carry Optics division with an electronic red dot. I think it would go very well on this gun as well. But we do have a ghost ring sight with a front sight post up front here as well. Now it comes with a proprietary 30-round magazine, as you can see here. This is a very unique magazine. I like it because it's translucent, meaning you can see through it. It's not completely transparent, but you can tell at a glance what your round count is. And this is a double stack 30-round magazine. Now in the lower portion of the frame, we have an integral hand stop that you can see right now. And this is important, guys, because when you have a pistol this small that has this frame that extends out front, our natural instinct is to grip it and hold it like such, but we certainly wouldn't want our hand to get much further past the business end here. So I really like the hand stop. Serves a very, very important purpose. On the rear of the frame here, we have an option for a folding brace. This is the area on the rear portion of the frame that we're talking about for a brace or sling attachments, as this gun was designed for covert use by like executive protection per se or law enforcement special military units. They would actually sling this gun and it would be off to the side. You can easily cover it up with a jacket or a blazer if you were doing executive protection as well. A very, very interesting gun. I'll actually point out as well up front here on the muzzle, it looks like it has a muzzle device, and this is actually a BNT proprietary quick detach that's integral to the barrel for different muzzle devices, compensators, brakes, and suppressors. A very interesting gun. You can check it out on the BDU member site. And if you're not a member, just hit that link in the description and you can join BDU today for 99 cents. You'll have a 30-day trial membership with full member benefits, access to not only cool items like this, but over 300,000 other Second Amendment related items on our awesome website. Guns, ammo, optics, holsters, accessories, survival gear, lots of other cool Second Amendment related stuff. And I'm checking my watch because my time is up. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I had a great time today. We hope you have a great day, everybody. And we'll see you again soon with another episode of The Gun Show.